Are you tired of living with back pain? Are you ready to be able to get up and do things in your life without having to reach for your back or sit down because you just can't move the way you once did? Today we're going to talk about why all the things that you've tried in the past haven't worked and the number one thing you can do to stop that pain. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Muscle Repair Shop. My name is Butch Phelps. I'm a functional massage therapist, certified health coach, and an expert in aging sciences. And today we're going to talk about back pain. Back pain affects nearly 8 out of every 10 people on the planet at some point in their life. In fact, in America, back pain is like the number one reason people go to doctors every day. With all these people dealing with back pain, it's amazing to me that we don't have a better knowledge of how to prevent that from happening. Now, in my profession, I'm typically the last guy on the totem pole that people come to see, and by the time I get them, they're pretty helpless. They've done the doctor thing, they've gone to physical therapy, they've strengthened their backs, they've taken pills and injections and worn braces, and over time, the back pain just kept coming back and getting worse, and many times they wind up with things like bulging disc, herniated disc, and pinched nerves. Now, for some people, they find out after having years of back pain that they have gotten a bulging disc or herniated disc and may believe that that's the key reason as to why they've been dealing with back pain all these years. The truth of the matter is that bulging disc, herniated disc, or pinched nerve developed over time from poor mechanics. So when people come in to talk to me, and I don't really do anything with their back, but I work on the front side of their body, you can imagine the baffled look that I get from them, and yet when they walk out, they're beaming with a smile because their back pain stopped. And by doing the exercise that I teach them, it stays away. So it's an amazing thing that for all the knowledge that we have about the spine, how little knowledge is developed about how those problems with the spine occur. So when you think about our lifestyle, we sit most of the time. We have a very sedentary lifestyle. So the muscles on the front side, the abs, the hip flexors, the quads on the front of the thighs, the inner thighs, are in a shortened state. And over time, over the years of our lives, what will happen is that the pelvis can tilt forward, and as it does, the torso goes forward, so we automatically compress the lower back muscles so that we can stand up nice and straight. But over time, that can lead to bulging disc, herniated disc, and pinched nerves. Now, more and more today, I'm getting young people in, and I'm talking young people as young as 16, 17, 18 years old, with low back pain that's coming from the workouts that they're doing. They're strengthening the front of their thighs, they're strengthening their inner thighs for the sports that they're playing, and they're having the same issues that older people are having. Again, that pelvis is tilting forward and they start to have compression in the low part of their back. Now, for most of you who've gone to gyms or even gone to physical therapy, they may teach you a quad stretch where you literally grab your leg like this and hold it for 20, 30, 40 seconds at a time. Well, you could do that for 1,000 years and never stretch out your quads. The goal here in this position is to get my heel to touch my hip. But that's not affecting this part of the quads. And this part of the quads is what affects your low back. So one of the key exercises that I teach people is having, as you can see with the young woman here that is stretching the front of her quads, laying on your side as she's using a yoga strap, but you could also use your hand there too, and you start to bring that back and stretching out the upper part of the quads. Now the key here is to get the knees, you can see, going behind the spine. And as you do that, you're only going to hold that for about 5 seconds at a time because we don't want to trip off the stretch reflex in the muscle itself. And you want to repeat that stretch 10 times because we're teaching the brain how to let go. And as you do that, now the body can effortlessly stand up straight without having to compress the muscles in the low part of the back here. But now what's interesting is that what happens in the legs will also affect the neck and shoulders. I've never met a golfer with low back pain that didn't have tight calves. And so the calf muscles will actually limit how much the ankle itself can bend. And as it does that, it causes a person to lead with their nose versus leading with their belly button. When you do that and you get the nose leaning more forward, the shoulders start to round in, and the neck pain and shoulder pain back here increases. Most of the time, all of that comes from the calves. And yet you'll see people every day lean against a wall to stretch their calves, or they get on a slant board, or they'll drop their heel off of a step. Well, frankly, you're only stretching your Achilles tendon. You're not stretching the four calf muscles. And so whether you're playing a sport that creates rotation, which starts in your ankles and goes up, or you're just walking down the street, you're developing issues in the upper part of your back that can create a problem there. And so what we want to do with that is to help you understand that it's the front side of the body that creates the pain on the back side of the body. And then once you figure that out and you start following the stretches in our stretch and release program, release what's on the front side, you'll quickly find that the back pain that you're dealing with on the back side will go away. So if you've enjoyed this video, want to share it with your friends, be sure to subscribe down below, ring the bell, and for now, see ya.